For staying with us. Just a reminder of who our guest is tonight in studio. With me is Deputy Party Leader of the Democracy for Citizens Party, Cleophas Malala. We extensively talked of Gachagua's homecoming, slated for Thursday of this week. We talked of the government. Let's talk of the opposition. Cleophas Malala, you are part of an opposition team that is fronting a one-term agenda. Kenya has had 5 presidents so far. None has served one. What makes and gives the opposition confidence that William Ruto will be the first president to serve one term?
First of all, this is an unprecedented moment in our time. This is a point whereby the current president has completely gone against the will of the people. Mm-hmm. He has not only turned deaf, but also blind. The current president has ignored the wishes and aspirations of the citizens with absolute disregard. And the borderline of that he crossed and turned the citizens against him is when now he became a threat to life. We have had presidents, we have had corruption cases, the golden bag, the Eurobond, and you can name all those things. Mm-hmm. But Kenyans were able to accommodate the previous presidents because we would see institutions working. But the current president, when he crossed the delicate borderline of threat to life, mm-hmm. I think that is where the citizens abandoned him. And they have a resolve that for us to be assured of life, because all this thing he's doing, even if you build 10 million houses, mm-hmm. but you are killing us, mm-hmm. we are not assured of staying in those houses, mm-hmm. that is an exercise of futility.
We'll come to the question of extrajudicial killings, but on the specifics of why one term, the president, to his defense, says his housing agenda is on course, he has transformed healthcare, and he's delivering on his plan. You don't buy that?
I have told you, we are not assured of living. Mm-hmm. So we cannot even start discussing about his plan. Mm-hmm. He wants to drag us to that debate of what is he doing, what is he not doing. And even if he takes us there, the president has made Kenya to be an entrepreneurship, a personal entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. He has commercialized every government tender and every government service. Mm-hmm. Look at the e-citizen. As we speak right now, the e-citizen platform is under the private sector. Mm-hmm. Some individual who is not even named, who does not even have a face, who does not have a physical office, is the one in charge of e-citizen. We have a situation here whereby we have somebody collecting taxes mm-hmm. on behalf of Kenya Revenue Authority. Those people do not declare the correct amount of taxes being collected. Mm-hmm. That's why I said William Ruto has now turned and gotten into a conman syndicate. Uh-huh. Look at the charges. They are charging every citizen in transacting in the e-citizens platform. The SHA that replaced the defunct NHIF, mm-hmm. members of the public are paying, but the money is being hoarded somewhere. They transact with that money and then release it to Treasury.
And those questions were raised by the Auditor General.
Exactly.
In the subsequent report.
And we have not gotten answers to those pertinent issues. And therefore we are asking, what we are saying is that, you cannot drag us to what you are doing. For example, the housing project. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a good project, but he has made it as his personal business, mm-hmm. Giving deals to specific companies so that these housing projects, people can buy cement to a specific company that he has interest in. And therefore, what we are saying is that we are tired with this political con syndicate mm-hmm. that is being propagated by the head of state. You have seen, just a moment, you asked me a question, yes. let me just finish. Uh-huh. You have seen state corporations, government entities in this country being sold out without following the due process as enshrined in the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. You have seen all sugar factories, state-owned sugar factories, have been listed off for 50, 60 years. No document has been availed for public participation. Leaders have not been involved. No advertisement was made. We didn't see any bid. It was not competitive. He just selected certain companies to take over state corporations. Look at today's National Assembly order paper. They have even slated for a motion to adopt a motion to pass the selling of the Kenya Pipeline Company, surely. Are we getting to a position whereby we are relegating as critical state functions to private sector?
And
he has also suggested...
Is it not to the defense of the president that he says the opposition is lacking patience to allow him implement some of the ideals that he has?
But where is the spirit of public participation? This is not a sole proprietorship. Kenya is not a personal enterprise.
Fair enough.
We need people to participate and make decisions. Now, when you list out Ketraco, a company that is given the mandate to transfer power from the generation to Kenya Power and Lighting. If you list out that aspect, what do you expect? This is a national security. You cannot list out power.
Cleophas Malala, you have
to private sector.
You have a right to fault the president. You have a right to fault the system. Let me ask you this. You talk of the rule of law and the right to life. This regime has been questioned for killing protesters on the streets of Nairobi. There were protesters killed when you served as the Secretary General of that party. We didn't hear you speak about it.
I was not the Inspector General. I was not the Commander-in-Chief.
But you are the Secretary General. You are the Secretary General. I
do not have powers. Ask Omar Hassan. What powers does he have over the police?
And whereas you may be right in saying you did not have powers, some would accuse you as having defended that impunity. For instance, in July 2023, you said, we shall start by arresting Raila Odinga, calling on Interior Cabinet Secretary Kindiki to arrest Raila. You called off the UN Human Rights Commission when it faulted the status of human rights in the country. In that document, you said the National Police Service and other security organs have exercised great restraint in the face of obvious provocation of well-organized, well-funded saboteurs trying to bait them into excessive responses.
I would like you to microscopically read the UDA constitution, which elaborately says that the Secretary General is the spokesperson of the party. That was not my personal statement. That was UDA's position. As the Secretary General, as enshrined in the UDA constitution, I read the position of the party.
Even when it sounds as obnoxious as...
And that is why I left. That is why when we decided, when we got to a position when our ideologies were contrasting with those of the UDA party, they had to kick us out. We had to leave. And that is why we gracefully left and formed another movement and premised that political movement on the ideology of listening to Kenyans. We listen to Kenyans and we do what Kenyans want.
Will it not have been fair not to read a statement that sounds as such justifying the killings of police officers as the ruling party Secretary General?
I will refer that question to Edwin Sifuna, the current Secretary General. You've seen him read statements and even signing documents that he do not believe in.
Because of the interest of time, let me ask you one or two final questions on DCP, the party in which you are its deputy party leader. We have seen a fronted effort to brand it as the opposition party. Will DCP field a presidential candidate in the 2027 polls?
Why not? Oh, yes.
And that person is in the name of who?
Rigathi Gachagua. We will, as a political party, the aspirations of any political party is to clinch power. You cannot open a political party and then what will be the work of that political party if you do not have definite strategies to clinch power? And therefore, it must be known here that as DCP, we will be fielding a presidential candidate in the name of Rigathi Gachagua. I know we have wide speculation and different misinterpretation of the Constitution as to his eligibility to run. I want to state here clearly that the same Constitution, our Constitution, envisaged such situation and shielded people who have not taken advantage of the full process of judicial adjudication on matters. Rigathi Gachagua, yes, he was impeached, but he has that matter being adjudicated in the corridors of courts, and therefore he is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
And finally, DCP is part of an opposition seemingly coalition that is taking shape. For the other candidates who may be watching this program who have interest in the presidency, will DCP negotiate with them in the event that they will not support your candidate? We
are alive of the fact that we exist within the limits of the opposition. We have sister parties, friendly parties. We urge every party to go and sell itself to the electorate, to go and endear themselves to the electorate. Let them sell their respective presidential candidates. As to when we get on the negotiating table, we will definitely see who is stronger than them, who is more strategic to vie at that time. But as it stands right now, we will be fielding Rigathi Gachagua as DCP.
And does the Kakamega former gubernatorial candidate who is with me tonight in the studio have political ambitions to vie again?
Oh, yes. One day I want to be president of the Republic of Kenya.
But what of 2027?
We have several options. Of course, we have 6 elective positions in this country. I will settle down, depending on the emerging dynamics, I will settle on one.
Cleophas Malala, because of the interest of time, thank you very much for making
I want to thank you, but I want to highlight one more thing lastly.
Fair enough.
On the issue of compensation, we have had Raila Odinga and William Ruto advancing this narrative that victims who the victims of the demonstrations will be compensated. As DCP, we support the compensation of victims. However, the process we must cushion the families against being profiled. This matter might eventually reach the ICC, and therefore we do not want to expose all the families being affected so that they be profiled by security agencies and then separately they be attacked in their respective homes. We want and we demand that the following institutions must be on the table when it comes to compensation of victims. One, the Kenya National Human Rights Commission must have a representative on that table. Transparency International, a representative of the victim, must be in that committee. And our last condition is that let the Human Rights Commission face the victims' families and cushion them against giving information to government. Because if those families are exposed to government, they will be profiled. And that won't be good. And that is why we are saying we need to agree on the modalities of the compensation.
And when you say some of the names and the individuals may be in a case at ICC, are you supposing you will...
We are definitely, if William Ruto continues with the extrajudicial killings, if William Ruto continues with abductions, if he continues with illegal state detention, definitely we are compiling all cases and we'll take him to the ICC.
Cleophas Malala is the Deputy Party Leader of the Democracy for Citizens Party. Thank you very much for making time.
And he has been there before. He knows it's possible.
All right, you're watching TV47 News tonight. We are making sense of Rigathi Gachagua's comeback on Thursday. Let's get to more news and